Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me.
So what's going on? This is AJ Simmons here. Welcome back for my new hit series, Lunch with an Entrepreneur. I've gotten a lot of good feedback about this new series. I'm really a fan of it myself. Today we got Mr. Brian Jones Global. I'm going to call him up. And he's a franchise owner just like I am. He actually started off listening to my videos here on YouTube. And he bought my ebook, and he said that information was able to help him grow his business. He started the lowest level package, and so far he's already grew his revenue 10 times from that lowest level. So I want you to guys please close attention to this video. He's also doing YouTube videos now as well. I'll put the description in the link. The link in the description. And he also has a barbershop. So you guys pay attention. This is going to be a good one. I think you'll enjoy it. And let's get right into it.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Brian Jones Global.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
All right, cool. So I'm about to jump right into it. First of all, I want to let everybody know that we got Mr. Brian Jones. I call him Brian Jones Global on the phone here. He's I like to say he's a serial entrepreneur, similar to myself. He has a barber shop that he's currently running, and then he also has a cleaning franchise as well. So I welcome him on to the show, and I appreciate you spending this time with us, Brian. So what's going on, Brian? How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. I appreciate you having me.
Ain't no problem, man. In the last minute too, I really appreciate you just jumping right on in there for us. So we know you already know how I get started with it. I want you to go ahead and give us a quick overview. Basically, tell us your story and what's your background information.
All right. Well, a quick background, man, is I'm Brian Jones, also known as Brian Jones Global. Quick backstory is I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, so I know a lot of people saw in the video I said I reside in Mississippi, so it's like, how did that happen? But, to make a quick story, I guess kind of like a lot of other people, we were in the inner city, and, I got in trouble and had all kinds of little things going on. My family was looking for a different way out, and like a lot of people that live up north, we had family members down south. We had been visiting, and, my parents were like, you know what? Let's try to move down south and just try something different. So it kind of worked out for us. I finished school down here, so I kind of look at I'm kind of spent equal times of my life and childhood in both places. Graduated high school here, immediately went to the Air Force, did 4 years in the Air Force. Kind of got forced out by the Air Force. They do this thing called force shaping, where they actually every so often they'll find things that they actually kind of just got to decrease to, I guess, the population that's in the military for maybe budget cuts or whatever have you.
Right.
But that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth because I felt, I progressed and did everything possible. So I was planning to be retired by 40 years old. I had the whole thing planned out.
Right.
So that didn't work. Worked different odd jobs, worked Delta Airlines, became a supervisor. That didn't work. So from that point, it basically made me realize that all these jobs that I'm getting, everything that I'm doing and doing it right, it's not beneficial. I have to control my own fate because I've been laid off and everything. I've never been fired from a job, but always laid off if something weird happened. So that's what led me to being an entrepreneur. I started actually commercial cleaning independently, kind of like Fabio Hart does. Shout out to him. And my cleaning company was actually called Squeaky Clean Janitorial. I did that for a few years. But just never really took off like I wanted it to, just a problem getting clientele and things like that. So I actually stumbled across your channel and just looking for ways to get back involved with cleaning because at that time I had stopped and was just working regular odd jobs. And I flirted with the idea of going into a franchise, but was really on the fence and kind of nervous about doing it. And I mean, every single day I would kind of listen to those videos and say, you know what? What's the worst that could happen?
Right.
If I do it, at least I'll know. So I jumped in, man, and I followed majority of the blueprint, not all of it. And here we are, man. I've been doing this since. As far as with the barbering side of it, I actually went a little bit too fast, but prior to me doing the janitorial, I did the barbering as well. I've been cutting hair since I've been 14 years old, kind of like self-taught, and never took it serious. It was just a hobby, and everybody in the family would urge me. And finally, my wife was like, look, why don't you just, this is your gift, why don't you go do it? So I finally went back to school to get a barber license to do it. So that was the lane. But anybody in barber knows it takes a while to build that clientele up as well. So it's not like, even though I had a license, it wasn't like I was going to jump in and make $100,000 out the gate.
Right.
So that's when I started trying to find something to offset. And I knew getting a job during the day wasn't going to really work with that schedule. So I was like, what can I do? So cleaning was the thing that I knew I could do at night to kind of offset it. And that's how I got involved with both of those. So currently, like you said, I do run a barber shop. Right now it's a one-person shop, so I'm the only one in there. And then, of course, in the evening, I do my cleaning.
That's what's up, man. So, so what was your vision? Like, what is your true vision? Because I know that the franchise was kind of like an extra income type of thing. You're real passionate about the barber thing. But what is like your ultimate vision? Do you got like a dream business idea, or is it just do as many things as possible to generate income and create wealth? What is your real true vision?
Yeah, actually, it's pretty much the latter part of it. Generating as many things, or not even generating as many things, but I like to look at myself as, even if I don't generate all the ideas, I don't even mind partner up with people that already have things going and just offer what I can to help out with that and even propel those people. I look at it like if I almost like the network marketing model. So even if I have 10 people that I know that start businesses and I only get 10% of those businesses, that still equal 100% for me, off of the 10% of each one of those companies.
Exactly.
So I don't have to reinvent the wheel and start everybody's business or have the lion's share of each one of them. So that's kind of my goal, just to help people get to where they want to get to. And of course, as well, obviously helping myself, for my time and efforts. And, I got some other things in the works though that I will be trying to start. I'm currently trying to help my wife get a business started as well on her end. So
that's what's up. And I also seen that you're getting started with the YouTube going on. So
yeah.
And I saw your video. You kind of alluded to your first video that you uploaded earlier in this interview here. But so my question is, are you going to be consistent uploading on YouTube going forward? And then if so, what type of content do you think you'll be trying to upload?
Yeah, I do plan to be consistent as far as with uploading videos, and as far as content, like I said, I'd like to think I have like ADD. I've never been diagnosed with it, but
right.
I'm always all over the place. I do 50,000 things, so the content will probably be all over the place, ranging from obviously cleaning videos. I'll have some barber content as well, and even just general day-to-day, topics. Whether it's marriage, I've been married for 8 years now.
Yeah.
So I think I can offer some advice, especially to at least the younger people, because obviously most younger couples aren't staying married these days. So
right.
Whether it's marriage advice, even some fun videos as well. It doesn't have to be everything, religion, anything. So
anything, yeah. I started to tap in a little bit of that because I seen your Instagram, and then I also know that once you said it in the video that you were actually the one that sent me the Hidden Colors link that I was asking everybody for. So I appreciate that, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to delve into that in this interview. I said, no, I'm going to save that for a later time. But, but yeah, what was I about to get at on that though? With the YouTube, it was something I wanted to ask you about your YouTube channel. But, this is what I wanted to say. So anybody that's listening right now, that's thinking about doing YouTube, like I mentioned to y'all before, just jump out there and do what you got to do, right? And if you stay consistent, if you build up, let me know. I'll shout you out. I'll put you on whatever you need, whatever I can do to help. I'll try to help you out. But when I saw this guy, because he only did one video, and usually I won't invite anybody on that fast after doing one video. But the reason why I immediately jumped on Brian was because when I listened to the video, I can tell that he was, first of all, he's already an entrepreneur. I can tell that he already had business sense. You know what I mean? Then when he was talking, I can tell that he was actually listening to every single thing that I was saying. I'm like, okay, this is somebody that, like, they got it. You know what I mean? And you ready. Like, you already ready. You know what I mean? So I was like, I got to get this guy on, and you need some people to listen. Because I know that I got a lot of things to offer myself, but we can always learn from so many more people. So I was like, let me hurry up and get you out there and see if we can get you out and that you can help more people too, because I know that people can get help in different type of ways from different type of people. So I just wanted to hurry up and put you on. You know what I mean? I wanted to let everybody know why I invited you on so early. But I appreciate that. And
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but my other thing was with that video, one key thing I wanted to point out to you as well as the listeners is the reason actually that I did the video because I even wanted to do the YouTube for a while, but just I'm like I don't know what to say on the YouTube video. I've never done it, so
Right.
I remember you talked about it a while back, like just do it, just put something out. But the real reason that motivated me to do it was I felt like I'm one of those people that I believe in giving people their flowers while they're here. You see older people say that a lot of times. And so it was kind of my thing of just my way of giving back, as far as the information that you gave. So at the end of the day, you'll know that information is not in vain instead of, I know you could put out information that's like, man, am I saying this right? Do they get it? So I felt like by me doing it, it's me saying, look, we understand on it, we get it. We put it to action. You don't have to wonder and say, I wonder if I said that right. I wonder if they actually understand it.
Right.
So the way of giving back as well to say, all right, I got it. So I wanted people in the field to say, I'm actually using this and applying it. It's a real live situation. It's not, you don't have all those questions about it. So it's just me kind of giving honor and a shout out saying, hey, all right, I got it.
I really appreciate that, man, and it's always good to hear. Like, I get a couple emails here and there with people letting me know just that, but then when you came and actually did the video, that took it to the next level, because I really do feel like, man, model, like, everything I'm doing, I don't care, like, do the franchise, I'm doing it, do some real estate, do some videos too, whatever it takes, like, we all trying to get it, so I really appreciate you even doing that and wanting to kind of show me that, so I appreciate that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so in the video, right, that I heard from you, I heard you mention that you're still currently a slave to your business, and I did a video on that here recently. But in your video, you also said that it doesn't bother you that you're a slave to your business right now. So I want to know, why don't you necessarily have a problem with it? I guess in comparison to working a job.
All right, yeah, because I'll say I do have a problem with it. It's not like I want to do that long term.
Right.
So let me clarify that. But as far as comparing it versus the job, I just felt like at the end of the day, whether you work a job or your business, you're a slave either way it goes.
Right.
But with this being for ourselves or for the business that you work for, I'm my own boss. At least I know I'm not going to screw myself over. And also with the commercial cleaning aspect as well, I don't have a supervisor leaning over my neck, telling me get this done at this point. I mean, I'm that person, but I can deal with myself being hard on myself versus having to do what somebody else says or exactly when they say do it or in that regard. So it's just more freedom. And it's more motivating because I feel like, okay, well, at least I know I'm busting, my butt for myself and my family as opposed to making somebody else rich.
Right.
So for that reason, I'm okay with the struggle and going through what I got to do now, for the end game.
Right. Now, how do you sustain your motivation? Because you basically cutting hair all day at your shop, and then you turn around and you go clean at night too. So how do you stay in motivation to do all that? Because those buildings by itself can be exhausting. You know what I mean? So then if you turn around and you're cutting too, like, and if you got other things going on, which I'm sure you do, and I know you got kids, you basically kind of in the same boat that I'm in, where you got a family and everything. So it's like, how do you maintain that motivation?
A few things. One is I just recently adopted, believe it or not, and it's sad, I guess, because here I am, I'm 34 years old. I've always heard it. I've watched, listened to motivational speakers and everything from, your Les Browns, the Jim Rohn, and you name it.
Mm-hmm.
And they've always stressed the importance of writing your goals down. And I never did that, or never took it serious, should I say, until this past year. And I actually did that, and so I keep that as literally on my dresser in my bedroom. And I wrote my top 5 short-term goals and then top 5 long-term goals, and I do that for each year. So it's not a resolution, so to speak, but just to keep me in line. And the amazing thing about that is it was in no particular order, but out of that 5, my short-term goals, 4 of them came to pass, just off of that. So that's motivating, knowing that it's actually working, as well as, subscribing to everybody that I subscribe to, pretty much fits what I'm doing. So obviously, your channel and your content, same with Mr. Starch with a Vision, because he was, had the kind of the same backstory as far as being in the military, even the Air Force at that.
Right.
So when I'm seeing all of this, it's like, yo, this directly speaks to me to do all of this. So that's motivation of like, okay, if he can get out of the military and do this, if he can have a family, a wife and kids and do this cleaning and go through the same exact thing that I'm going through now, I can do it. So I use all of that as motivation. And then finally, of course, seeing my family, seeing my children. And I'm knowing if I'm going through this now in 2016, I feel like I have to do it to give my sons and my daughters a platform so they don't have to go beg the person to repeat this cycle all over again. I'm about breaking the cycles and giving them a new foundation. So as tired as I may be, it's like, no, I can't put them out into the world and have to go beg somebody for a job. I got to create that for them.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought up writing down your goals too, because that's a video now. I got to do that today because I got a real good story about that. But and by the way, I sent your video too to Mr. Starts with a Vision today. I sent him the link right before.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he probably.
I appreciate it, man.
I'll let you know his feedback on that. But I know we spoke about the barbershop and cutting hair and stuff, and I wanted to know, how did you get started with your barbershop, and was it costly? Did it cost a lot, or is it something that you think that anybody can do if they wanted to get started in it?
That's kind of a tricky question. The reason I say that is the way I got started with it, actually, like I stressed, I'm in Mississippi, and I'm actually in a rural area in Mississippi. So the area that I'm in, they have traditional shops and, pretty much traditional everything, but obviously everything is, spaced out more. You've got a lot more rural land out here and things like that. So what I tried to do is kind of bring something new to the table and find a void in it.
Right.
And so what I did, my shop is actually completely untraditional. Well, as far as this area, it's not new. Like, I've seen them online, but nobody here, I hadn't seen it at all. So actually, I took a mobile home camper that you pull behind with the pickup, and I converted it, and it's completely gutted and converted it to a barbershop.
Oh, that's genius. That's genius.
So the idea of it is actually different. So as far as it being costly, it really wasn't. And the benefit of it for myself is, it was an older camper, but it had really good bones and guts to it. And, we just redid the inside of it. And so the benefit was, instead of having a building to have to do your plumbing and all this stuff, that comes with the campers. They already have bathrooms and everything ran. So that cut a lot of cost on that. And then, obviously the main plus is it's completely paid for. So I have no overhead with the exception of electricity. So that allowed me to kind of transition into it and not have, I don't have to be as stressed to say, man, if I don't meet this quota, like, I can't pay the rent for this building and blah, 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 blah. And so long term, I'm hoping to even, buy a few of them and, just bring a new concept, or if not, then, I'll go traditional and just get an actual traditional barbershop and, have a few chairs in there.
That's what's up. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I want to know, what do you think you do differently than most people do regularly that makes you successful? And I think we kind of touched on it just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I think the main thing is, man, having a respectful attitude. Just like I told you, I believe in giving people their flowers while they're here, just honoring people of all sorts, no matter the age, no matter who it is. I'm consistent, being consistent as well, and dealing with like-minded individuals. And I just believe that if you put your effort into people like that, it's kind of like a Jay-Z record, or that I think it was off the Reasonable Doubt, but basically says if every person in your clique is rich, that means your clique is rugged. Right. Nobody will fall because we all be each other's crutches. I really live by that. I think if I'm dealing with like-minded individuals and I'm dumping my time and effort into those guys, even when I have those down times, they'll be there to pick you up. So you never really fall off, because as a crew, everybody's doing good. You have less envy, less hate, because everybody's winning. We all have $1 million. When I get a $5 million raise, nobody's gonna walk around sad, because we all got money, right, and it's all together. So that's one of the things I try to live by, and it's gotten me thus far.
Yeah, that's key right there. And I apologize, by the way, my phone I keep getting beeps. I thought that if I put it on Do Not Disturb mode, that would stop that, but apparently not. So, but
no problem, man.
So the other thing I want to ask you too is, if you had anything else to add, as far as anything, whether it be the YouTube or the barbershop or the cleaning business, is there anything in particular that you want to add and make sure that the people understand?
As far as the barbershop, not yet. Like I said, I'll be uploading content on that as well, so people can actually see the concept of what I'm talking about in motion and get an understanding and be able to follow that. As far as the cleaning, I think the key is, I touched on it in the video, and I know you touched on it in several videos, but the key really is you have to decide if you're built for actually being in this field and kind of hustling backwards for a while until it pans out. And it can be done. I know you said you've done it. I'm currently doing it. And that's that. But if not, you definitely need to come in to the gate. I would recommend for anybody listening to definitely get that ebook and just, hire out the gate. Like it's been said, because it's definitely a hard process, But that's the main thing that I would stress. That, and if you're on the fence about the franchise, after doing your research, I would definitely just go out there and do it, because you know for a fact what you're gonna get from your job, because you've been getting that forever.
Right.
So you don't know what you're gonna get being an entrepreneur. I say go for it.
Exactly. And by the way, for those who wondering, because people always ask, I think I mentioned it enough, but apparently I don't. So the name of the book is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises. And it's by me, AJ Simmons, available on Amazon or on my website, ajsimmonsonline.com. There is one more question that I forgot to ask you, which was, what do you wish you would have done differently with starting your cleaning business that you think could have made things easier for you?
I wish I'd have listened to the ebook and hired first, like I was supposed to.
Right. And
maybe built up more, on a serious note, maybe built up more capital and income to have, because I wasn't prepared for. Like I said, you kind of go out into the field, as you know, and, at least you're working for like a month or so before you even get paid on that. So I wish I would have been more prepared for that, because if you go out, you already have to stay motivated to do this, and then to not receive any income from it is even more difficult at that point. And you have to have other streams of income, like you said. So I definitely think I wish I would have done that more. But outside of that, I have no regrets. I'm glad where we at right now.
Exactly. And I think that's really just what it comes down to, is the more capital, because really if we had the capital, we probably would have hired earlier. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to. So the capital probably is key. But the reason why I don't mention that a lot is because I want people to get started. I don't want to scare people away, because I understand who I'm talking to, and I understand the type of people who buy into cleaning franchises. We don't have a lot, but we have something and we want to invest. And I know that the cleaning franchise is a good way to get started in entrepreneurship and invest at a low cost. So I know that if I keep throwing out there, well, you need to save up this amount, I might scare people away when they really just need to get going. So, but
definitely.
Exactly. So other than that, though, man, I really, really appreciate you coming up here. And real quick before we go, I want you to share with the people any of your contact info, how they can keep up with you, how they can follow your journey, and all of that.
All right. Well, as far as YouTube, like I said, it's a new channel, but I will be consistently uploading new information. But you can visit that at Brian Jones Global via YouTube. You also can hit me on Instagram at b.thebarber. That's BDOTTHEBARBER. And you can hit me on my email at brianjonesglobal@gmail.com.
All right. And by the way, for you guys searching on YouTube, that Brian Jones Global is all one word. Don't put any spaces in between the words, and it'll come up that way.
Definitely. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So, again, man, I appreciate you coming out. Well, not coming out, but coming on, rather, and talking to me. And we'll be in touch, man.
All right. Will do. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, man.